It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
And
I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here,
I
too.
miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Houston Rockets at Toyota Center. Looking at Houston, the waiting game is over. They've been building team chemistry, refining their strategy. They feel like they have a great game plan in place to nab a victory in Game 1. And tonight, we'll get to see it all unfold. Getting a little amped up. Opening night of the regular season now upon us. Shaq, what were you looking forward to the most here on opening night?
Two things. Let me get this out the way. Hanging out with you guys. You know I love you guys. I miss you guys. It's been a great summer. And getting back to the greatest game in the world.
Which of those, if you only had one, which of those would be?
I would have to say the game would come second.
Oh man. You're the greatest.
I love you guys.
You are the greatest. I don't even care what you got to say about it. I do. What are you looking forward to besides hanging out with us?
I was just looking forward to hanging out with you guys, and and seeing the off-season changes. But if I had to choose between the off-season changes and how they pan out, and hanging out with you guys, I would take the off-season changes to see how it pans out.
I got your back.
And I got your back.
And I wish you weren't back. Here's Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome everybody to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the New Orleans Pelicans facing the Houston Rockets. We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know when you talk about dedication, Chris Paul is among the greatest. Now, he says, I have a scary passion for basketball. I study it, I watch it all day, every day. I'm not the most athletic guy, so I have to use my mind and my knowledge of the game. Kevin, he is a professor out on the floor.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. Tonight, two great backcourts facing off. Brent, how often do you get caught up in a showdown with another guard?
Well, for me, it didn't happen all that much, Kevin, unless I was playing John Barry.
Now
I got fired
up. I get you. I get you.
I think it's amazing when you have these matchups during the regular season and you look at maybe the rhythm of some of these guys coming into the game. Elite point guards, they have the ball in their hands. Sometimes they get caught up in that mano-a-mano duel. And as a two guard or somebody else playing with that player, it's really fun to watch.
You got to check yourself, though, don't you? You got to stay within the bounds.
Oh, there's no doubt that you still want to win the basketball game, but there are moments and minutes where their talent takes over, and that's when the show begins.
Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Down low, it's Randall and Davis, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward. Here's Davis. Here's Payton. Almost, but it rolls out. The wide open look here for Anthony. Drains it from beyond the arc. Anthony's got the first bucket of the night, a three-pointer for the Rockets. And here are the Pelicans. It's a three-point game. And they're starting off this season against this Houston Rockets team.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year they came out on the losing end.
Now, Holiday looking comfortable there when he gets in close.
For Houston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Anthony left side. Over Randall. And Anthony gets it to go. Anthony's got 5 now.
And so many defenses nowadays really not designed to take away that mid-range jumper.
And I'm loving the recognition, right? He simply takes what the defense allows. That's a smart move.
Now here's Davis. Rebounded by Anthony.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
And the dunk by Capella.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Holiday against Harden. Here's Payton. Off target from three-point range.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Now here is Mirotic following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. Payton outside. 6 on the shot clock. He kicks it to Davis. Shoots over Capella, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Rockets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Green, and it's blocked by Mirotic. And they'll keep possession, and it goes down 2 points. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Holiday. That one falls.
Well, even though Drew Holiday gets hit there, he finds a way to finish through the contact with that bucket.
Harden kicks to Anthony. Knocked loose. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
That one misses for Mirotic.
And last season, a bit of a breakout for Mirotic. Saw a huge jump in his production and shot a career best from the floor. Across the board, he was a completely changed player despite what was a turbulent season.
Here's Payton following the score by Houston. Randall passes to Davis. And it's Houston on the break. Paul with the ball. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, Melo undoubtedly still the leader of this team in terms of when they need to calm it down and they need some offense. He's the guy they're going to look to score it.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Anthony.
Well, most figured Melo would go to the Rockets after the buyout trade to Atlanta last summer. He's playing for a coach he used to butt heads with in New York with Mike D'Antoni. Melo has some proving to do this year, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not.
Opening night is upon us. Every team looking to come out of the gate strong. As we know, only half are going to get to the end.
Don't tell him that, Kevin.
I know you can't.
Let it breathe a little bit. Yeah. It is a long season. The teams, as we've seen in the past, sometimes what we're watching here tonight, 6 or 7 members of that team might not be on it come February. So got to temper your expectations. Watch the way guys have maybe improved from last season coming into this season. Excited about young teams and the opportunity of their potential, but things can change quickly in this league.
But don't you love the optimism at this time of year?
No doubt about it. Everybody's fired up for the opportunity to show what it is, especially as a player, what you worked on in the offseason to bring it to the hardwood and show your coaching staff the type of work you put in.
As many expected him to, Carmelo Anthony choosing to opt into his contract, but his stay in Oklahoma City still came to an end.
You know, it was pretty clear that Melo and the team just didn't mesh. OKC made the choice to let him go and save on the luxury tax. Melo might not be worth max money anymore, but he could still be a factor with this team.
1 shot.
Anthony, no good on the free throw.
Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds and coaches in this league. Remember just in the recent past about his time in Phoenix and then in Golden State, now as the head coach of the Pelicans, and he's done a great job just speeding up this team, pushing the ball, and trying to find ways to put up points.
Now here's Paul. Following the miss by Julius Randle. Pulls up on the wing. Again, the Rockets score.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. And for the Pelicans, it took some time before they could implement Gentry's vision.
Well, now it's in place. It felt like a long time to get there, and they ended up making the playoffs and pushing it to the second round. And Alvin Gentry is a big reason why the Pelicans are one of the most exciting teams right now to watch in the NBA.
Here's Payton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Randle. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Paul kicks to Anthony. Fader on the way, and that one good. Anthony's got 10 points.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And I'm loving what I'm seeing. The passion that they're playing with up and down the floor.
Over to the left wing. It's stolen by Anthony. No good there. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
That's a show of strength from Holiday. Certainly looks like he got hit as well, but he possesses the focus necessary to sink the shot.
And it's Capella missing.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. It really just came down to some poor timing.
Now here's Payton. That's good from Davis on the assist from Payton. Davis has got his first points of the game.
6'10", quick off the floor, and Davis on the interior now doing damage.
Capella, the pass to Paul. Sinks the triple.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Payton against Paul. Davis setting the pick for Payton. Passes it to Randle. Tries a three. The shot by Holiday, no good. Houston leading by 9. Anthony kicks to Harden. Back to Anthony. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
Ooh, the D did just enough to keep him from scoring. Thought that was in for sure.
Randle left side. Outside Holiday. Back to Randle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Anthony with the screen on Payton. Anthony, the pass to Paul, and Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
And Mirotic kicks to Payton. Pass to Davis. Randle left side. 14 feet away. That one off the back iron and out.
Defense has to feel fortunate. Somehow he missed that opportunity, and still there's no reason for them to give up that kind of open shot.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Well, when you play against the Pelicans, Brent, you know you're going to be running.
Yep, track shoes on. Pelicans played at the highest pace last year in the league, and you can expect more of the same as long as Alvin Gentry is the coach. This is something he believes in, and he's got one of the best running centers in the league. The team generates a ton of easy looks and finishes because of the pace of play.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Shot good by Diallo.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Knight kicks to Chris. Here's the screen. Back to Knight. Shoots. Off the left rim and out. Pelicans trail by 8 to the middle. And then Okafor slams it in.
A lot of people feel like Moore has natural point guard ability, so I like to see him find the open man.
Houston's gone 3 of 4 on three-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. And it's Nene, top of the key. And some nice passing there by Houston. Nene setting the pick for Knight. Back to Nene. Gordon with no one around. Kept alive. Knocked loose. Here's Clark. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. No good from Moore.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Knight passes to Nene. Okafor comes in with the double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so it's New Orleans with it. Pelicans trail by 4. Moore with it. Pass to Diallo. And it's Clark in the corner. 4 on the shot clock. Knocks down the 3 ball. Clark's got his first 3 points of the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
That's a 2 from Gordon. And just miss after miss right now. New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Moore with it, and it's Knight picking him up. There's a good screen. To the wing on the left. Diallo kicks to Clark. Second chance shot. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In third, the Pelicans.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. You think those are necessary things?
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have been.
I mean, it makes sense when you say it.
But the Little League always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
All right, a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Moore, how he performed last season. Last season, put up about 12 points per game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
I think you look across the board right now, and he's just doing a much better job. The numbers bear that out.
Tucker, the pass to Gordon. Down low, out tonight. Over Moore. A nice shot by Knight. And the Rockets lead by 1.
Wow, credit there. Somehow finds a way to knock that one in.
They set the pick. And the pass to Diallo. And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
He had 76% from the line a season ago, and most would consider that to be a success.
That free throw good from Diallo. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 1:14 left here in the opening quarter. Inside, tips it up.
A good court awareness that time from Brandon Knight. He's a creative guard who has a good feel for when his guys are open.
New Orleans is gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Here's Clark, defended by Gordon. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's a guy, second-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. There's 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. And Moore kicks to Okafor. Back to Moore. He's off on that one. Some solid defense from Knight. For 3, Gordon. It's good from long range. Gordon's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Ooh, that three-pointer right there hurts. The former Indiana Hoosier really can bury those threes in bunches.
Okafor with the screen on Knight. Here's Moore. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Moore's got his first points of the night.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
And here's Gordon from outside. Carmelo Anthony getting it done for the Houston Rockets. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. Back to the action after this word. A unique upbringing for Clint Capella. Spent years in a welfare orphanage in Switzerland. He said he never imagined he'd come this far.
Even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about that far. I would say that's even past my dreams. I mean, now I'm just living the moment, trying to work hard as I can, and just enjoy the present. Enjoy the present.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out to you from a numbers standpoint?
They've gotten that perimeter game going in that first, and for me, that was the difference.
The new era of NBA basketball, playing outside in. We'll see if they can take advantage of that moving forward.
So for New Orleans right now, they've got Etuan Moore. Diallo out there with Darius Miller. Then there's Ian Clark, and it's Okafor in at the 5 spot.
Yeah, that's a nice touch shown off by Marquise Chris. You want them to score a little bit more from there if you can.
Miller outside. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. When it comes to veteran players, Brent, on a team, what characteristics make for a good leader for a bunch of young guys under him?
We talk a lot about veteran guys on teams, Kevin, and I think one of the most important aspects to think about is that those veterans have a lot more impact if they're still part of playing minutes for a coaching staff. At some point, 4 or 5 months into a season, when an older player is telling you how to do something and only get a chance to see it during practice or him pointing it out on film when you're playing, doesn't have as much of an impact.
Doesn't resonate as much.
When a guy gets 15 minutes a night and you get to see him do those things as a young player from the bench and say, wow, everything he told me on my list, he's checked all those boxes. So having a vet that plays, much more impactful.
Good point. He hits both from the stripe.
Encouraging sign there to see him knock down the free throw.
Houston leading by 3. Knight passes to Nene. Out tonight. And some nice passing there by Houston. And it's Gordon missing. Pelicans shooting well. 50% from the floor. Moore dishes to Clark. And it's blocked by Gordon. And they'll keep possession. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for the Pelicans.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the board.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Houston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Now Moore to the paint. That doesn't go on the chance to tie.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
And Chris throws it down.
Man, it seemed like Marquise Chris was not going to be denied, and he wasn't.
Pelicans trail by 4. Passes it to Clark. And it's Miller in the corner. Back to Clark. To the inside. Okafor. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's on Nene.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Especially in a game that is this close, every possession counting. That was just one side wanting it more than the other.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Marquise Chris. Harden comes in for P.J. Tucker. And Paul's subbed in for Knight. One misses for Okafor. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Anthony kicks to Harden. Nene with the screen on Randall. Gordon a screen. Feeds it to Carmelo. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. And 12 points for Carmelo Anthony.
Bully ball in action as Melo gets himself way deep into the paint where he knows he can score.
Randall a screen on Harden. Off the screen, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
And so here is Houston. The Pelicans make their last shot. Nene, the screen over Randall. Anthony can't hit.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
And the Rockets with possession here. They've led by as much as 10. Nene, the pass to Paul. Nene, the screen. Off target from 3-point range. The Pelicans have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Here's Randall. Mirotic against Gordon. Randall kicks to Mirotic. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The three from Harden. The Rockets with another miss. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And for Houston, they're shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Anticipation, reads the play all the way. So close to a steal.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for the Rockets. Green comes in for Eric Gordon. And Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Elfrid Payton comes in for Ejuan Moore. Capella with a screen on Payton. Shot clock at 6. Another miss by Houston. A chance here to retake the lead.
You can see the intensity on display here these last few minutes.
And the foul on Harden. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Outside Holiday scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team. Well, Mirotic last year, it was the tale of two halves. It was the shaved year versus the unshaved year for him. Great start with the Bulls and played some very good basketball and then struggled a little bit after the trade to the Pelicans, and then boom, all of a sudden was a huge part after Cousins went down. It was extremely complimentary to the fast pace and stretching out the offense with the three-point ball playing alongside AD.
And it's Davis missing. The Rockets trail. From deep. Here's Capella, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
Now you're talking about Mirotic. The real Mirotic is somewhere in between.
Yeah, he's had a little trouble with consistency, but you got to look at what was surrounding him in Chicago with all the roster movements and the coaching changes, stylistic changes. So, you know, when he gets on, we saw this late in the year with the Pelicans and somewhat in the playoffs. He can be an explosive scorer. He can put the ball down and make plays. He can shoot you into and sometimes out of a game.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
So far, he is just destroying their will. It feels like he can get any shot he wants once he crosses half court.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. Anthony Davis, #1. Second is Clint Capella.
And when either of those guys are on the floor, that low post defense is immediately something their teammates don't have to worry about. That's a very comforting feeling.
Now here is Holiday. 11 points in the game. Kicks it to Mirotic. And Capella sends it back.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Davis sets a screen. Here's Randall. Here's Mirotic. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Mirotic has got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
And Mirotic has some pretty good catch-and-shoot numbers, and great at knowing ahead of time as to when those shots are going to come his way.
He gets it in there.
And they're beginning to just flat-out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior. Yeah, that's got them over the limit with a lot of time still left. They're going to have to tone it down, or they may end up giving up a lot of free throws here.
The Pelicans have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And Elfrid Payton, over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
Now here is Mirotic, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. And Mirotic kicks to Holiday. Payton outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. Bank shot. No good. Rockets have gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. But they get it back. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Houston shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Capella. And so he makes both from the line.
And the 6'11" Clint Capella, just a phenomenal athlete. The mobility at that center spot is something really so crucial in today's game, where every team is looking to expose big men on the perimeter.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 11. Floats it up for Davis. The alley-oop layup, very well done.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run. Houston in the lead. And Capella grew up in Switzerland playing soccer. A striker. Part of why he's so quick on his feet.
I mean, reminiscent of another soccer-playing center in Rockets history, the great Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon. Capella, you know, he's a long way from that, but anchoring a 60-win team at age 23, that's one heck of a start.
Harden gets the bucket.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Pelicans trail by 3. Payton outside. Dishes to Holiday. Tries a 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 14 points for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, he couldn't connect on anything from outside in the first quarter, but now he's hit 2 threes in the second quarter, and he looks much better.
No doubt disappointed with that one. He'd love to have that one back.
Yeah, I'd put that play on repeat. The setup was perfect. Just need a better result next time.
Now here is Holiday. 14 points for him. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Now a timeout called by Houston. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Houston making some changes. Marquise Chris, he's checked in for Anthony. P.J. Tucker comes in for James Harden. And Knight subbed in for Paul. New Orleans also making some changes. Shaq Diallo, he's checked in for Randall. Darius Miller comes in for Mirotic. And Ian Clark subbed in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Knight, and Knight slams it in.
I like when Knight goes in for a dunk like that. Shows off his athleticism.
New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Miller sets a screen for Holiday. Down low, Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Yeah, it's funny how you see so many picks, but this one sets up the defense well. No one rotates over. Bang.
A nice shot by Knight.
We'd like to see Knight be more consistent from that area, but a good look there.
Here's Clark. He's guarded by Knight. Clark, the pass to Holiday. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Green kicks to Capella. We've got 1:13 left in the second quarter. There's a screen by Chris, and Green slams it in. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
Here's Clark. It's Davis on the wing. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in. Davis has got 10 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
52 seconds left to play here in the half. Green kicks to Capella. Green the screen. Capella dishes to Knight. Pass to Chris. Here's Capella. He doesn't hit that one. Great tee that time from Davis.
Well, not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. So for the Rockets, Nene, he's checked in for Capella, and it's Gordon in for Gerald Green. New Orleans in the lead, and Davis gets it to go. 12 points for him.
Right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Holiday against Gordon. Just 5 to shoot. Knocks it loose. Gets it off. No good on the shot.
And you really have to give credit to Gordon right there, getting up in his man's comfort zone, which threw him off that shot.
Jrue Holiday has been on display for the New Orleans Pelicans. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Elfrid Payton. EP, you saw the floor and found the open man in the first half. What's enabled you to create all those opportunities?
Just trying to get into the paint. Defense collapsing, and the guys are doing the hard job of making the shots.
Well, it's a team effort, Elfrid. Thanks a lot for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. What a game it's been for Jrue Holiday. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, I thought that turning point was when the bench came in. Those guys really hustled, and they gave the team some energy, and then they started to score baskets. That was a bonus.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
They were strong in transition. Seemed like the guys fed off the higher tempo. Certainly, they definitely got the looks they wanted, playing an outstanding game. They can keep it up in the second half, they may wear the other side out.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
And as we return to Houston, Texas, a terrific look at the skyline here. The Toyota Center, part of that great landscape. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. An exceptional performance from Jrue Holiday.
And how disruptive was he in that first half? I mean, creating havoc, causing turnovers, and really energizing his team.
So many times we talk about offensive players being in a great rhythm. Well, right now, defensively, he's in one. Great anticipation and reading those passing lanes.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Rockets, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. At the 4, it's Melo with Capella playing in the middle. And it's Green in at the small forward. Randall, and it's Davis at the elbow. Can't hit from the elbow. Rockets trail by 3. Here's Anthony. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Anthony's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Rockets. Pelicans shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Payton kicks to Holiday. Here's Randall, using his post moves to get the 2 points. Randall's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pelicans. Houston's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. Harden the pass to Paul. Lets it go with a 3. And another 3 for Houston.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now here's Payton. Mirotic, a screen on Paul. Outside Mirotic. Randall outside. Clock at 6. New Orleans moving it around. And Davis can't get it to go.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Harden against Payton. Anthony sets the pick for Harden. He kicks it to Anthony for the lead, and that's 2 points on the layup. Anthony's got 18 points.
Well, Melo right now is in attack mode and not settling for the jump shot, slashing apart this weakened defense.
Now here's Davis. He's got 12, and Payton gets it to go on the assist by Davis. Payton's got the game tied up here for the Pelicans. Houston's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. Anthony, and the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Payton kicks to Randall. There's the pick. To the paint. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Mirotic passes to Davis. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. And the basket by Harden. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling. Well, at the start of the summer, many expected a busy market for Capella in free agency. Eventually, though, signing a 4-year deal to remain with the Rockets. I feel like it's a great deal for Houston as Capella gives them the perfect inside presence to complement Harden and Paul.
I feel like that was instinctual for Melo, like he's seen it before, able to swipe that ball away.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And they let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
New Orleans making some changes here. Okafor comes in for Anthony Davis, and Moore subbed in for Drew Holiday. Pelicans trail by 6. Payton left side. Takes a 3. No good from Moore.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
And misses it off the right side of the rim.
That's a wide open shot. Sadly, he came up short.
Randall, no good that time. Good work defensively by Anthony.
It's just been an off night for him. That doesn't happen all that often, but the thing that you do at this point is not to push it, not to rush it. Let it come back to you.
Now here's Anthony. 20 points for him. Pass to Capella. Outside, Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Green with the jam.
Oh, and he breaks out the tomahawk. No soft finish there. Pure power.
Yeah, we could feel that one all the way over here. Here's Payton. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Randall outside. The dish to Okafor. Off the mark, and the drought continues.
Well, the D did their job there. Excellent contest to alter the close ranger.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Rockets leading by 6. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Over Randall. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
They get it again. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. That's now 8 points for Jahlil Okafor. Harden kicks to Paul. The three. Pelicans pull it in. Mirotic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, and then Okafor slams it in.
Well, you risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Anthony's shot is off.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Shoots it up. It's good from the top of the key. Anthony's got 22.
Right now, Melo is just feeling it, scoring at will and dominating the offense.
And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Picked by Okafor to the left side wing. Randall down low. Anthony on him. Mirotic passes to Moore. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That is his first foul of the game. Nene, he's checked in for Houston. Gordon comes in for Green. And a change for the Pelicans. Miller's checked in for Mirotic. Houston leading by 4. Harden kicks to Nene. Here's Paul. Chalk up 2 there. Paul's got 9.
Well, for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
To the right side. Back to Payton. Moore against Paul. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Chris Paul picks up that one. E'Twaun Moore is someone, Brent, who bounced around early in his career, but has still found a way to be a big contributor.
Yeah, and I think that the fit for E'Twaun Moore, having AD, he can kind of stay in the background and get shots off where he's open, his feet are set, and you can see that trend in his field goal percentage that's coming into the league. Last year had a phenomenal year shooting the ball.
That's good from Moore.
Moore, as an efficient scorer out here, plays well within himself on the offensive end.
Houston making a switch here. Tucker's checked in, and then for New Orleans, Diallo comes in for Randall, and Ian Clark subbed in for Elfrid Payton. And so Moore nails both of them. Rockets leading by 4. Outside Anthony. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2 shots. 5. Elbow. 2.
The Pelicans have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And that one falls for Clark. Houston making some changes. Marquise Chris comes in for Anthony, and Knight subbed in for Paul. And so Clark nails both of them.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Now here's Gordon. Here's the teardrop. And that's 2 points on the layup. Gordon's got 5 now.
You just can't defend that floater from Eric Gordon's sublime shot.
Here's Clark, defended by Gordon. Here's Okafor over Nene, and it's denied. They recover it. That one goes in. Moore's got 4 points now in the quarter. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Nene kicks to Knight. Nene, the screen. There's the pass to Tucker. Here's Chris. His three-pointers off the mark. The Pelicans trail. Moore outside. It's Miller on the wing. Shoots over Tucker. Shots good by Miller.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Houston's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. There's a screen. Chris pass to Gordon. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. 7 points in the game.
And once Eric Gordon receives that pass, he's just rising up. So a natural rhythmic jump shot.
Here's Diallo. He's got 7. Picked by Okafor. Moore up top. Defended by Gordon. Here's Okafor. Here's Diallo. And he goes in for the dunk.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. The Rockets shooting 53% from the floor. They're locked in. Knight kicks to Chris. Nene, the screen. Passes to Tucker. Fires the three. Okafor grabs the miss.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Clark, the pass to Diallo. Here's Clark. He's got 5. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And defensively, moving his feet there, staying right on top of the shooter.
Some defenses are okay with giving up the mid-range shot. In this case, they contested.
So they take the lead. Moore's got the lead up to 3 now for New Orleans.
You know, you hear that A word all the time, aggressive, and sometimes just being that can turn your game around. He's been that in the second half, their go-to guy here.
New Orleans making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Here's Gordon. He's got 7. The Rockets with another miss. Miller right side. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Now it's a 5-point New Orleans lead. Houston's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Knight kicks to Nene. Here's Tucker. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Miller, the pass to Diallo. Yep, that one goes. Diallo's got 11 points.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
1:39 left in the third.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the foul's on Sheck Diallo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Drew Holiday's checked in for the Pelicans. Here's Gordon, and they double up Gordon. Nene outside to the middle. Houston moving the ball around. A nice shot by Tucker.
There's just no excuse to leave someone that wide open. Communication breakdown.
Pelicans leading by 4. And Holiday kicks to Davis. And there's the foul. It will go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. Holiday, the pass to Davis.
Well, he played a seamless first half, but in the second half, some poor decisions right here. He continues to throw the ball away.
And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Here's Davis, following the score by Houston, and stolen by Gordon. Oh, here we go with Gordon. Nobody back. Oh, and he can't cap off the break.
If they play it right, we're talking a 2-for-1.
Yeah, this is where it comes down to really good clock management, and you want to maximize each of your possessions.
As much as Drew Holiday can contribute on the offensive end, Brent, with his scoring and playmaking, he's also a very capable defender.
Oh, he's more than capable. He is one of the better defenders at that position, and the more years Drew Holiday has in the league, the more he's got a notebook of what it is guys like to do and the things he can take away. Great hands, great lateral movement, and last year showed up in a big way defensively for Alvin Gentry.
And he knocks down the first one.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Both free throws good from Holiday.
Well, after some seasons that were a little tough on Drew Holiday, both on and off the floor, he certainly got back on track last year in a big way. Posted his best season and played in the most games since the All-Star year he had in Philly in 13. So the health is always a concern, but Drew Holiday stepped up and was massive in the playoffs last year for this Pelican ball club.
No good from Moore.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning. They'd like to get him going.
11 feet away. Here's Nene. No good with the layup. And we've reached the end of the third. Pelicans lead by 4. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And now we take a look back to Mike D'Antoni talking to his team from the huddle.
Rebounds and loose balls. We got to get them. We got to get them. Let's go. Let's go. Got to want a little bit more.
Greg, you can tell by his voice he wants his guys to give everything they've got right now.
No doubt, especially on the backboard. For them to secure this win, that needs to happen.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. So the Pelican 5 right now. We've got Davis. Holiday out there with Etuan Moore. Then there's Darius Miller. And it's Diallo in at the 4.
Even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get 2.
Davis with a screen on Knight. And it's Moore penetrating. Diallo kicks to Holiday. Off target with his 3. The Rockets trail. Here's Knight. He nails it, and we're tied up.
Can't really do much defensively against Knight's floater. He gets it off so quickly.
And so it's New Orleans with it. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Stolen by Gordon. To the inside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. It's Miller on the wing. Kicks to Holiday. Over Gordon. Tries from the block. And he overshot that one, missing. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. And there's Miller. Good that time on the assist from Moore. Moore's got his 4th assist in this one. Now a timeout called by Houston. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. New Orleans also making some changes. Julius Randle's checked in for Shaq Diallo. Mirotic comes in for Darius Miller. And it's Peyton in for Moore. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Mike D'Antoni was talking about with his team. He told them, look, guys, we're running out of time. If we're going to make a move, it's got to be now. Are you guys ready to make a move? They all nodded, and he said, then go take it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now here is Holiday. Following the shot by Chris Paul. Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Holiday. Over Harden. Holiday gets the bucket. Now it's a 4-point Pelican lead.
Yeah, I think Drew Holiday has been very selective in his shots tonight. Most of them have gone in.
Anthony sets the pick for Paul. Pass to Anthony. Over Randall. And he can't bank that one in. Payton passes to Davis. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Now here's Anthony. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half. Payton drives in, and the dunk by Payton.
Yeah, I could talk about the vertical, but how about Payton's speed, putting that to use on that dunk?
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Green. Capella with a screen on Mirotic. Lob pass to Capella. And so it's New Orleans with it. They lead by 4. Holiday against Harden. Here's Mirotic. No good with the triple.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. That's tipped. Here's Anthony. And he comes up with the deuce. Anthony's got 4 this quarter.
Scoring at an efficient clip tonight. Melo in that zone.
Payton kicks to Randall. Davis sets a screen. Randall with the bucket.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now, here is Harden. Pass to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. Anthony. He's off on that one. And New Orleans will come the other way. Outside Holiday. Davis down low. Capella covering. And Capella sends it back. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Steps back and trains the jump shot. Anthony's got 14 points here in the second half.
Carmelo Anthony operating in the mid-range is just danger zone. You got to put your defense at DEFCON 1.
Payton dishes to Davis. The 11-footer, and there's the feed to Randall. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one. Rockets trail by 4. And here is Paul. He kicks it to Anthony. In the corner, Harden sinks the triple. Harden's got 19 points.
And he's finally getting the feel from beyond. His second 3 of the half right there.
Payton passes to Holiday. Loads it up for Davis.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And here are the Rockets now. Paul kicks to Anthony. Capella with a screen on Randall. The score now all even. That's 12 points for Chris Paul.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Inside, here's Davis. From down in the low post, it goes.
So consistent down there. Davis just goes about his business, punches the clock, and whether there's space or not, he can still score.
Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Davis against Capella. He feeds it to Paul. Up again. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Holiday against Harden. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Now here is Holiday. Defense right on him. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Anthony sets the pick for Paul. And it's Anthony at the elbow. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Ball against Payton. Shoots from the high post. And that one hits back iron. Pelicans leading by 4. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
Davis dishes to Randall. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Houston. On Saturday, they'll start out on the road and play the Lakers in Los Angeles. And then on Sunday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for that game against the Jazz, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge. And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
You hear a lot about rim protection. This is a good example of how valuable it can be. This is when you're just surprised that a guy would miss that kind of look. The defense really did not do a lot there.
Rockets trail by 4. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Wasted no time on that one. Anthony's got 8 here in the quarter.
A quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch and shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. To the inside. The shot by Holiday, no good. Houston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. And Green gets it to go.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Yeah, and making them. Once you get into this kind of rhythm with the 3-ball, it is so difficult for the defense to do anything about it.
Sinks that one from the post. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, just love how Chris Paul steps up and nails crucial baskets. A huge momentum-changing shot there.
Back to Payton. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Davis, that's good. And it's Payton with the assist. 20 points for Anthony Davis.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
To the paint. It's tipped. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The first free throw is good. So Anthony nails both of them. Payton with the ball. Outside, Davis. And Mirotic kicks to Davis. Payton can't get it to go. Rockets leading by 3. The shot. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 34 points for Carmelo Anthony. New Orleans has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. The pass to Davis. Here's Randall, and Capella sends it back. And they get it back, and it's good. 2 points. Davis has got 10 points in just the second half. Houston's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Here's Paul. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
You know, not sure if he's playing to the crowd, but no need for the fadeaway on that shot.
And for Houston, they're shooting at a 46% clip in the fourth quarter. Paul with the bucket.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix. Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Now here is Holiday following the miss by Carmelo Anthony.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
And he's just working and working and working, tireless.
Pelicans trail by 6. Randall passes to Davis. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
Well, with the game's outcome hanging in the balance, Davis does exactly what he needs to do. A gigantic shot from their big man.
Harden kicks to Paul. Over Payton. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And the Rockets lead by 6.
And at a certain point, there's just nothing more you can do.
Well, they're nearing that point right now. Everything would have to go perfectly just to give them a shot.
.41 seconds left to play here in the 4th. To the inside, Capella, and the dunk by Capella. Great game for him, double-double now. 10 points and 23 rebounds.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
This is an area where Chris Paul has been solid every year, always right around 90% from the charity stripe.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
And unfortunately, it's time for them to say night-night.
Well, you'd like to have a rewind button and get a couple plays back, but impossible at this point. Need better execution at times. Stepping up is Elfrid Payton. Says, give me that rock. I'll do something with it.
And an intentional foul right there.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And any discussion about CP3 has to start with his hands. The dribble moves, all the steals he gets, he uses his hands better than just about anybody.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 8. 20 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Here's more from deep. Rebounded by Tucker. 16 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and it's E'Twaun Moore with the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9. Both free throws good from Paul.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, folks. I like the fact that he took his time at the line and simply did what he does, practice his routine and seal it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 10. There's 14 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And just trying to salvage anything at this point, even if it's just some momentum heading into the next one.
Well, it's all about doing your best with the time that you've been given. It's the only thing really that you can control as a player. So let's see what they decide to run.
So we see the Rockets taking the win here. A confident win and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a solid performance, particularly here at home. And I think they built off that edge of being here and played with just a little more confidence than their opponent.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Chris, big win tonight. What do you think was the biggest factor?
I mean, I don't know. You know, it was just our defense. You know, obviously our offense fed off of it. Guys made open shots, but I think we really locked down defensively, and that's what we're trying to make sure is that we're a defensive team every night.
Well, you were a defensive team tonight, Chris. Thanks for your time. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.